your socks! Hey!
The Lost Art with Andrew Cox podcast. Marine Corps League and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Now streaming on all major podcast platforms. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast as giving a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art with Andrew Cox. Okay. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Podcast, that podcast giving a voice to our veterans. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're having a veteran story, John Taylor. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? And make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. If there's any way you can help us in getting our veteran voices out for all to hear, it'd be much appreciated. A big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project out there doing some amazing things. If you don't know anything about that great organization, go to their website. That's tillvalhallaproject.com. And as always, for you Marines that have gotten out, what about those FMF sailors that have gotten out? Don't worry, there's a place for you. You can get that camaraderie back. That's right. You can do it through the Marine Corps League. Go check them out and let's get those numbers up. That's mcleague.org. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. All right. With that, I got John here. John, how you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing, AJ?
Oh, man, I am surviving it. I'm having a good time, having a good conversation with you. So it's good.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. So, John, I guess we'll start at the beginning, if you don't mind. We'll go back to where did you grow up and what was that like? And then what led you into the military?
All right. I grew up in a city down south in Virginia called Richmond. Richmond, Virginia is actually the capital. Very small city, but it's a metropolitan nonetheless. So I grew up in a little area in Richmond called Churchill, and Churchill is a little rough little area, but it's historic. A lot of good history in Churchill, Richmond. But I grew up in that area and some of the areas in Churchill's parish, and I had to, grow up in areas such as that. But I came out, ended up going to a boarding school, all boys.
Oh, okay.
And a great education, Christchurch School. Yeah, Saluda, Virginia. That's my high school. And I finished, and I decided to go 1 year college, and I did that.
Okay. All right.
Didn't excite me.
Where did you go?
I went to a CIAA school down in Salisbury, North Carolina called Livingstone College. Okay. I was a football prospect, got down there and I saw the gorillas. And I was like, I don't know if I want to play. And but I ended up going into the biggest gorilla pit. I went in the Marine Corps.
That's right. Yeah.
Dropped out of college to join the Marine Corps. And I was like, wow, I love this motivation, but just some work. Every morning we get yelled at.
I'm loving it. Well, hey, tell me about your experience, like joining up or whatever. Was it you went to Parris Island, obviously, right?
Yes, I did. I went to Parris Island.
So tell me a little bit about your experience at Parris Island, like good, the bad, the ugly, whatever.
Everybody who went to Parris Island got a unique story, right?
Yeah.
I was in Parris Island. I was 2nd Battalion, Echo Company.
Nice.
And our barracks was right beside the sand pit. So we got familiar with the sand very well.
Yeah.
Was their friends, the sand fleas.
Those are your friends, right?
Those are our friends. And, here's a funny story. We was in Child Line, and I was 1st Battalion squad leader, right?
Yeah.
One got in my ear, and I was done. My body. I was like, oh, I want to smack this thing out of my head. So when the drill instructor walked by me, I kind of like looked to the left or right with my eyeballs and my body locked. And I said, I'm going to be nasty real quick and get this pest off my ear. Put that finger up there as fast as I could, and I got him. And the guy behind me chuckled. I kept chuckling. Next thing you know, my drill instructor said, "Now go find his mother, apologize. You nasty thing. Get off my floor. Get off my floor, man."
Go find his mother and apologize. That's great.
So I'm like, sir, I'm running. I'm in the bushes. And I'm like, I'm supposed to apologize to somebody's bug mother. He came back.
That's good.
Me. He said, "Oh, you child." So, I mean, I already have limited time already eating child. Now I got to really have limited time eat child.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think I got to eat the apple. I just swapped down the sandwich and got the little bug juice and was out. Yeah, bug juice. Last statement, bug juice. So, yeah.
Oh, my God.
That was funny. Another time, I tell you what, man, we were doing the rope exercise. Yeah. Oh, man. I got up there as fast as I could, man. I got up there so fast. And the dumbest thing I could have ever done was just slide back down, and I did.
Ooh, buddy.
I did. Yes, I did. My hands were never the same.
Yeah, man. I'm sure you had blisters everywhere.
Oh, yes, I did. And the drill instructor cracked up. He said, "Oh, man, and you got to do it again."
Oh, I bet you didn't come down that way the second time.
Oh, I did not. I didn't take the cheesy way out. Everybody was like, "Yo, you went up there so fast and came down. We thought you probably broke your back." But I was like, "No, I missed the loop." So I just came back to the first. But you can't hide nothing like that. Just do it right the first time, right? Right.
That's right. Yeah.
And, I was one of those ones who had to repeat the gas chamber. That's funny. I'm walking in looking for gas, and when they said "Donna, clear your mask," I was like, "What?" I'm about to say, "Where's the gas?" There's the gas. It's down your throat. Oh my
you
God!
Found it.
The starts coming out. I'm using the bathroom. I can't help myself. I'm getting hit in the back. I'm getting hit in the back. Go on, you gotta get up. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta do it again." Oh my God! I got it right the second time. So after that, all my boot camp stories just became do it right the first time,
Yeah.
So I was corny a little bit because they were like, "Hey, we're gonna get some water out the water buffalo." I'm actually looking for a real buffalo. Hey, where is it at?
What are you talking about, a buffalo? That's good.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a culture shock then,
Yeah, culture shock. I think it's culture shock for anybody. You have to wake up. Oh, the culture shock is the shower. Cold, hot, cold, hot. Yeah. That's the culture shock. Wait a minute. Ooh.
Somebody's in the back. They're just flipping it like this. Cold water, hot water, cold water. Hot water.
People, you don't tell these stories on the norm, but when you think about it, you can laugh at it. But when you was going, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, it was like a living hell.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Paris Island graduate. We second time we got second to none, baby. We got tortured with that sand pit. That was our deal. We was in that sand pit. I mean, if we did anything wrong, we were in the sand pit. And for all of our viewers who was watching, if you're a civilian, don't know what the sand pit is, just imagine 3:00 in the morning, somebody waking you up to go dance the sand, so you kick up all the little critters that's in the sand to bite on you.
Yeah.
and they're so tiny, but they leave the biggest bites.
Yeah.
They're big. But, they're vicious bites. And this is funny. I had the opportunity in my life to have to go back to Paris Island. I had to go back.
Okay.
My son went into the Marines and he was graduating.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to go back there. Go back for South Carolina. But anyway, so I'm driving. And for the first time, I actually get to see, I don't know why I didn't see this, but for the first time, I actually saw the entrance into Paris Island.
Oh, yeah.
I had never seen it until I went to see my son graduate.
No kidding.
When I graduated, it was not seeing anything. It was like, just get me home as fast as you can, right? I don't want to say hi, bye. That's when I get home.
That's right. Get me out of here. That's awesome.
I got to see it, and I actually got a real tour Oh,
Nice.
my son was 3rd Battalion, so he was talking crap to me about it. I'm like, okay, you're a junior Marine, man, and you're gonna tell me about 3rd Battalion is the toughest? Get out of here. So, we actually went down to see him. And I said, oh, I really didn't get to see this.
Yeah.
When you actually, I mean, even though you were there occupying space and air and doing everything they told you to do, you wasn't there to sightsee. So you didn't see none of this stuff. So I'm like,
That's true.
wow, this is what this looked like. So I'm like, and just to see that my son was in that is in the uniform now. Right now he's in Korea.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he got his sergeant stripe. I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, he's been there for a while. I'm very proud of him. But it's nothing grander than to know that one of your children has
Yeah.
really followed your path.
Yeah.
And he was definitely stationed where I was, 29 Palms. Yeah,
Ooh,
that
good
was,
times.
you know.
That was my first duty station, is 29 Palms.
Yeah, 29 Palms, something else. I was there when Red Dog was the official beer. I don't know, you remember that?
Oh, okay. What year? Now, what year did you go to boot camp?
91.
91. Okay.
I went right in the tail end engagement of the Iraqi Kuwait wars.
The yeah, yeah.
After
The
and
Gulf
stuff.
War. Yeah.
Gulf War, we're all over the place.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I didn't see any of that for the Marine Corps, but actually I served 2 branches. I actually was in the Air Guard, Air Force Reserve, which
Oh,
then
wow. Okay.
I was public health, which is a unique job within itself. So I actually got to
Yeah.
litter that desert and transferring goods and services because we were
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the public health team was in charge of the prophylaxis, like the anthrax vaccine, the smallpox vaccines, and the prophylaxis pill that people had to take when we were over there. And then the Air Force explains things a little different, and they call it in theater. When people are in theater, we got to make sure they're educated and knowledgeable all the vectors and all the the warnings that they need to know so they don't go
Yeah.
so eating food the wrong places, and because it was a big deal on training to all the troops before telling them they could have liberty somewhere or leave somewhere, or
Mm-hmm.
if they even if they were entering in a hot zone. I've always been in a situation where I had to either educate our troops, or I was in a situation where I had to pass on information. So communication was
Yeah.
always in my field. I was a communicator for the Marines. I
Mm-hmm.
was a
Oh,
wireman.
okay.
I was a wire dog.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you went to so from boot camp, then you went to 29 Palms for the schoolhouse.
Well,
Is that right?
I was part of the MCC training. We
Oh,
for
the
what I
MCT.
yeah, they don't. I understand they don't really do that anymore. But
I
my
think
son,
they still
no, my son
that
didn't do it. He said no,
he
our
didn't
training.
do it.
No, they had their training was encompassed in the boot camp.
No
So that
kidding. Wow.
it,
Okay.
it, I don't even want to quote that the wrong way how he explained it, but they did a training, but it wasn't like we had all go to Camp Geiger for another month and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
So back in the day, MCT seemed like it was an extension of boot camp.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know if you remember that or not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 It's exactly right.
Right. So after that, you get your 10 days of leave, and then you go to your schooling. So I did
Mm-hmm.
that. My schooling was in 29 Palms, which I then stayed.
Oh my God. So you went to school there and then ended up staying there.
Yeah. But,
Oh man.
I'm part of a MAGTAF FSSG situation, Force Service Support Group.
Yeah.
We handle stuff for the FDC of the howitzers.
Oh, okay.
Big eights. And from what I understand, I don't think the Marine Corps do that anymore, right?
No, they got rid. Well, I think they still do it a little bit, but they've gotten rid of the majority of the howitzers and stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But I know they're changing up how they're doing things for sure.
Well, I was part of the FDC, making sure they had comm and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was basically my job, and I finished off in the reserves, and I finished that off in the Quantico Reserve Unit, Delta Company, and boy, I didn't
Okay.
like. I said, "You guys, every drill go to the field, huh?" Yeah. All right.
Every time.
Every time they go to the field, they love being amphibious assault. It was a nice experience to meet these guys. And
Yeah.
first time I learned how to chew tobacco. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
everybody's there with like this, you know. I was like, all right, let me try it. And I swallowed it. I don't want this no more. Now I'm good.
Everyone's first time chewing is definitely an experience.
I'm good. It burnt my throat, hit my knee.
Oh man.
I couldn't drink enough fluid to get that taste out of my mouth. And like, no, I don't know how y'all do that. But
I love it.
enjoy every bit
So
of my experiences in the military, period. Yep.
so what were some of the, like, 'cause at 29 Palms, what were some of your experiences there? Like, was anything stands out to you
Oh,
there?
sleeping in the A-frames.
Okay.
Might as well be in a microwave.
I love
It
it.
was hot, so
Yeah.
hot. And I had a unique privilege to do something called retrans.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we go up to a little peak and we set up stuff for calm, and we
Uh-huh.
bounce off the satellite. We get to see all kind of fascinating creatures out in the wilderness. Like we came across where we have an area where we're dumping out lithium batteries, and the lithium
Okay.
battery done gives off like a pungent eggy smell,
Yeah.
but it attracted the local rattlesnakes. They love that smell, so we got to see.
Really?
Yeah, and I saw one time, and I said, "That snake is bigger than my arm. That's not even fair in life. You're poisonous and you're that big. Jesus Christ!"
Yeah, they ain't no joke, man.
I see some coyotes out there. I see
Yeah.
some armadillos as we were doing work. So the most fascinating thing I found out, doing desert work, because I pretty much learned that I was a desert bunny, because
Yeah.
where I went, it was basically desert material. So
Yeah.
I stayed in the brown canyons. So
Yep.
brown canyons. So I learned basically a lot about the desert, cold at night, hot as crap
Oh
in the,
yeah. People don't understand how cold it gets in the desert.
it's freezing cold.
Uh, oh
It's cold.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like winter cold. Because I used to see pictures before I went over, and I said, "Ain't they in the desert?" And they're like, "Yeah." I said, "Why are they dressed like that?" They said, "Oh, because it's cold at night and hot during the day."
Yeah.
It started warming up around like 8 in the morning, like 8 or 9. It started getting blistering
Oh
hot by
yeah.
noon. You're like, take it all off, Jesus.
Yeah. It's horrible. And then it's as soon as the sun starts setting, it's right back to getting cold again.
You never get used to it. It's
Yeah.
never. I don't think that you get used to the desert, because when you look out, it just look like ash everywhere you go, because
Yeah.
it's and you just don't want to get used to nothing like that. You see it every,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I will say some of the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets.
oh yeah,
But
definitely,
other than that, you can have it. I'm good.
definitely. I was in Oklahoma one time
Hmm.
for SEAL, and I and
Yeah.
learned why they call Oklahoma the Dust Bowl, and that they had it was an exercise, a fire X, and
Uh-huh.
the tornado came.
Oh no.
You know, if this is midday, it's midday, and the whole sky completely black.
Oh my God.
No
Yeah, that
stars,
happens.
no stars in the sky. It's just totally gray. You just looking at it like, wow. And it's just, where you gonna go? They say just stay
Hunker down and wait, man.
hunker down. I said we're gonna be just sitting in this way. Like, yeah, to the Marine Corps, hoorah, get some.
Yeah. That's good.
I
Oh
actually,
man.
the wind so strong that it actually pushed a Park 5-ton vehicle. Yeah, how about
No
that?
kidding. Wow.
Like, I said, wow. When it was done, all the stuff was all over the place,
Oh yeah.
and thanks to those experiences, now I respect everything in life.
Yeah.
when people say, "Oh my God, look at the weather," I was like, "Shit, you don't know weather yet."
It could be way worse.
People in Oklahoma knows weather. Like
Yeah.
they all survived. I mean, it was so it turned the whole sky dark gray. It was like dirt. These things you'll never forget, but you'll always say, "Hey, yeah, that's in my brain housing group."
Yep.
Always, never go.
Absolutely.
So
Now, how long did you do in the Marine Corps? So were you active duty the whole time in the Marine Corps?
no, not active duty the whole time. I did reserve.
Okay. Okay, I see. Okay.
Then I did the R. I was on reserve. Then I did the R&R status afterwards.
Nice. Okay. Where did you do R&R?
I did it in North Carolina,
Okay.
Green, and I did it in Richmond, Virginia, finishing off. And after that, a couple years later, I went into the Air Guard, Air Force Reserve,
Okay.
and that's when.
Now, what
Mhm.
was that transition like for you going from the Marine Corps to the Air Guard?
It made my pride for the Marine Corps a lot stronger than it was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Okay.
I felt like I got a divorce and I wanted to go back to my wife, and
Yeah.
I said, hey,
That's a good way of putting it, man. That was good.
this was a good wife, but no, I love my old wife better. Let me go back to my old wife. So that's how that was.
Okay.
It's like, how dare you go in the Air Force for money?
Hey,
It's a good
the
opportunity.
Air Force takes care of you though. That's
Hey,
what.
dude, I'm
Yeah.
not to be mad about even me attempting to go because when I went in, I got the little bonus after a certain amount of time. They tell
Yeah.
you about, but you don't get it right away. So anybody who's listening to those recruiters about money, 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 make sure you understand you don't get it right away. You don't get
Don't be banking on it.
it. They stretch it, and when I say stretch it, you'll see it every paycheck. But that's it.
You eventually get it all. It just takes a while.
So that was the transition with that. And because the Marine Corps, and I noticed what every Marine, even if that Marine doesn't speak out loud about the Marine Corps, there's
Yeah.
there's a certain pride and energy that Marines have that can never just be understood by any other branch of service.
Yeah. I'd
Because
agree with that.
the whole concept of dark green, light green, we all pieces
Hmm.
equally.
Yeah.
It you don't get past that camaraderie because everybody gets tortured the same. Everybody gets praised the same. You
Yeah.
know, I was so happy when I picked up sergeant. I was so happy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I did it. I got sergeant. Yeah, congratulations. After the first year, it's like, damn it, I'm a sergeant, man. This just sucks.
I got more responsibility.
But then you emerge to make sure you always honor the call. That's one thing I love about Marines overall. We always
Yeah.
honor the call. So when I
Hmm.
got introduced, after a certain amount of time of being a civilian and feeling like this, and I can understand, the PTSD of going into civilian life because when you was regimented, it was just a different
Hmm.
for you. When you come out, it's just like, huh? People act this
Yeah.
way, and and you don't know how to, do what your supervisor tell you to do without questioning, you know. But nasty, you nasty, That
I've heard, and I don't know this 100%, but whenever you call civilians nasty, they don't appreciate it.
they don't.
So
Or or a woman and get, yeah, you're nasty. That's messed up. Why did you? No, no, no. You're supposed to type this the right way, and you can cause a problem saying that. Like, wait a minute. So
oh man, that's good.
being a Marine is always just I don't know, it's a cut. You definitely cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
Even with the other branches, when they find out that you're a Marine or you tell them you're a Marine, it's like they just look at you like, wow, impressive. Like, yeah, our boot camp is longer.
Yeah.
We're more squared away. Our uniforms than any other branch. You're never going to see anybody who weighs more pride in their appearance than Marines.
Yep. Yeah.
We
Very true.
can't even have the string. We call that Irish pennants. And you got to
That's right.
I see it on you nasty. You understand? So, and that's the thing that I love about the Marine Corps League standard is still that way. Wear their uniform the right way. Groom yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you got a beard, make sure it looks nice. Like we look good in our beards right now.
Yeah,
Look,
man. We do. Shoot, man. I tell you
after
what.
after this interview, we probably get a lot of phone calls. You bearded Marines, which is yes. And you're
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
We should have a bearded Marine club. That would
You
be
know,
awesome.
I sell some t-shirts and hats. It's the Bearded Veteran Brotherhood. I'll send you a picture of it, man. It's pretty cool. I thought of
Shirts.
that. Yeah, I thought of that when I was driving in the RV or whatever, and I was like, man, a lot of veterans have beards, and it just kind of popped in my head. Bearded brother, what is it? Bearded brother. Oh shoot, now I can't say it. Bearded Veteran Brotherhood, BVB.
Right. I like it because that's one of the things that we weren't able to do in
Yeah,
the is grow certain amount of facial hair.
that's
I,
right.
I never grew my hair back, as you can see.
You still bick it?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
actually, my hair is thin and it does not grow here.
Oh, okay.
I don't want the George Jefferson look, the toilet. I don't want that. I see some guys trying to play it off, and I'm like, man, just cut it all off, man. Don't even make sense. You got hair here, ball here.
Just let it go.
I can't. I love it. It's the easiest maintenance. Just get in the shower, use that bit.
Oh yeah.
All
That's
gone.
why I did that forever, man. For the longest time I shaved my head. I mean, it was so much easier. Jump in the shower, you shave everything, your whole head, man, your face, everything, and be
Yeah,
done
but
with it.
now it's beard maintenance. I have
Oh
bought
yeah,
like
you gotta.
I don't know what you use to take care of your beard, but there's a beard kit that I bought
Yeah.
TJ Maxx.
Okay.
I've been using it for years, and they always sell it. It has the beard oil, has a
Mm-hmm.
beard brush, a beard comb, has something called beard butter. Beard
Yeah.
butter.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you just put it on your beard. It feels so good and it smells good. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
so
Yeah. The smell
strong.
is the best part of it, I think.
That's the best part. You just take the comb and you run right through it, and it
Yeah.
feels good because this thing itches sometimes as it grows.
Yeah. That's what that beard oil. I have to really get that in there.
I do. I massage it in there, like
Yeah.
the beard wash, and just get it going. And after you do that, you can feel like the hair being detangled, and you can just comb
Yeah.
it. It feels so soft. And I got your beard looking all shiny and good. Because when you do have a beard, you got to make sure you maintain it. I've seen some beards, and I want to pull the guy to the side and say, "Hey, brother, let me that beard." I,
I've had I've in the last year I've had my moments of my beard got a little out of control. I was starting to look a little Duck Dynasty type of look. So I
can
had
see you
to
talking, man. You can see
yeah,
me
I had to trim it up a little bit. I told myself when I retired, I was like, because I never had long hair. Well, before I came in, but I was like, I'm gonna let my hair grow for a year, and I did. And it got pretty long, to be honest with you. But when I hit the year mark, I was like, okay, I trimmed it up, made it look better. And then I had to trim my beard, and then I had to go on YouTube and look up how do you trim a beard because I didn't know.
Oh,
But I figured it out.
did you learn how to line it right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they showed me that you got to pull the skin to get it to that way it's got the curve and all that stuff. Man, there's a lot that goes into it. I didn't realize.
There's a beard ruler, so to speak. You take that and you put it on your face, and you
Hmm.
where you want to start cutting up to get the hair off your face. Yeah,
No kidding. Wow. I'll have to look into that.
the beard community now is big. You know,
Oh
I
yeah.
I think I've seen about maybe like 4 or 5 beard clubs on Facebook that you can join.
Yeah.
They have is bearded men, beard men with beards clubs. All these
Yeah.
little groups, Facebook groups for men.
Hmm.
So
And
yeah,
now they got the thing you can heat up the little what is it, the comb, you can do it, make
Yeah,
it straight if your beard gets all crazy and stuff.
yeah. So yeah, it's work. It's almost like taking care of your head, the hair on
Yeah.
your head. Yeah. So yeah, love to be a part of your beard game. Send me a
Yeah,
check.
man, I'll shoot you the link to the where the shirts and the hats are, man. I love it. I don't know. It's just me, just because I didn't get to for so many years.
Love it too. I do, and it's nothing like having this big beard. But besides that, it's the freedom of knowing that I can still wear something military by being in the
Yeah.
and still have a beard.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Asked me that before. They said if I join the Marine Corps League, would I have to cut my facial hair off? Like, no, no. Look at me. You looking at me? I'm telling you to join, and I got a big beard. No, you don't have to cut it off, and you still can wear the uniform. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was told, because I saw a guy at a banquet. He had his full dress blues on. He was a gunnery sergeant too, and he had a beard. And I was like,
Really?
yeah. And I was like, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could wear my dress blues.
I thought there was an order, a Marine Corps order that says if you're wearing the Marine Corps uniform, you have to abide by Marine Corps standards, which means you have to shave and do all that stuff.
I didn't see that with him.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right. It was a Veteran Day celebration.
Mm, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
a lot of times people don't understand like some of the veteran events uh can almost, frustrate Marines because our birthday is the day before.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, yeah,
So we got mad respect for Veterans Day, of course we do, but we love
yeah,
the birthday.
yeah. Well, and this year's a huge one, right? 250.
150, and I can't wait. And it's going the Philadelphia is going to be lit.
Dude, and you guys got the tavern that's being built, right?
Right. And this is the birthplace of our
Mm-hmm.
this is the birthplace of our beloved Corps. And a lot of people don't know this, AJ. The first group of Black men associated with the Marine Corps who were
Mm-hmm.
allowed to be Marines at that time were from Philadelphia. And the detachment I belonged to was created by them. It's called the
No
30
kidding.
Philadelphia 306 Detachment in Philadelphia was created by these Marines. These unique,
No kidding. I didn't know
these
that.
unique men who broke down the diversity barrier and became simplified. And now I am simplified, and I get to say, hey, listen, I'm part of that history.
That is cool.
Part of that history, and it's unchanging. I am one proud Marine because of all of our history, from
Yeah.
Chester all the way down to those 51 Black Marines who first joined in, to Dan Daly, to my Uncle Joe, who was a Marine before me, and my son who's after me. This is Marine blood that you're talking to. I was born to be a Marine. You understand that? Always.
Yeah. I'm
So
loving it, man.
I live
Well,
it.
okay. So now total, how many years? Well, I couldn't see it. What did it say?
At USMC, I wear
Oh, okay.
got the
I
dog
love
tag.
it. Yeah, well, I've got tattoos too. You gotta represent every now and again.
Gotta represent. You gotta represent.
That's
Yeah,
right. I love it. Now, how many years total did you end up doing?
13.
13. Okay.
I was gonna go all the way, but my mother died of cancer, and
Okay.
when it did, it stopped my life. That was my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't re-enlist for a term. I explained that to the Air Force Air Guard that my mother has cancer. I want out, so if I didn't, all my discharges are honorable.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my highest achievement coming out the Marine Corps was achieving a NAM Navy Achievement Medal. Uh,
Okay.
that was a good moment for me, and I got
Yeah.
awarded with the Air Force as well with their good conduct record before I got out in the 3 years that I was in. So I have a nice little history of being a good trooper overall.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm comfortable in life. I'm a 100% veteran. I'm 70% and 30% unemployability.
Mm.
because I suffered from a very bad car accident that broke my body in half.
Oh, wow.
Metal here and metal my ankle. And they want to put it in my back. I'm like, hey, just relax. You're turning me to here.
It could be.
Walking around with the WD-4. You know, so interesting enough, uh, uh, I've never gotten away from anything dealing with veterans. My
Mhm.
brother and I, before he died, Brian Taylor, um, we had put a group together called Tailor Made Veterans, where we were helping veterans. We did this out of our own pocket. Nobody gave us anything. We were
Nice.
we were taking veterans to the VMCs to get connected, taking them to
Mm-hmm.
the Veteran Administration Office to apply for their benefits, getting them connected with lawyers, helping them with housing. The main thing, like since I've been in my detachment, I've recruited people coming in, but I've also helped them with service connections.
Yeah, which is huge.
It's huge because a lot of veterans come out of service and they forget that they're veterans and they don't know what they're entitled to beyond their duty.
Yeah.
I was one
Yeah.
of them.
And I meet veterans all the time that just, oh, I didn't know I could apply for that. I didn't know. And you would think that they do know, but not everybody does.
Right? I was one of them.
Yeah.
My brother woke me up because his wife was working for the VA.
Oh, okay.
So when he met her, she woke him up, and he woke the rest of his family up. And we both had the idea we should be helping other veterans do this.
Yeah.
We bought tents. We set up at all type of. We went to veteran stand downs,
Mm-hmm.
and we got business cards. We even went out so far and got us our own polo shirts that advertise
Nice.
tailor made veterans, and we ended up being invited to almost every uh, event, military event in the Philadelphia area. Like this weekend,
Wow.
very busy because I'm gonna go down to ACES Museum here in Philadelphia because they're doing a monument to the Vietnam veterans.
Nice.
I'm going to be down there celebrating that with my detachment members. Again, Pendelphia 306, and helping out, and that's where the Evolve detachment news. So that's definitely something that is going to be shared. That what's going on. So
Yeah.
another that brings me into the promotion of what I do. For if you
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah. Let's get into that. Yeah. Sounds good.
so right now for the MCL Marine Corps League Simplify, hoorah! I am newly appointed as the national PR chair. There's a nice team of people on my team, and let's get into that a little bit. What is PR, public relations, and what does that encompass? We make sure the world sees the mission.
Yeah.
We make sure you see what it is we're doing and why it should be appreciated and why it should be supported.
Absolutely.
I can't hype up Toys for Tots loud enough, but we need people to give toys. We start talk. Our detachment starts talking about Toys for Tots in July.
No kidding. Wow.
Start talking about it on how we're gonna do it, who and so on. We have a big
Yeah.
celebration here in Philadelphia. Is off of Roosevelt Boulevard at a Mission Barbecue. The whole entire parking lot becomes a big orchestrated festival for the kickoff of Toys for Tots. Start putting those
Wow.
start putting those boxes out there. Start making those phone calls. Start getting those donations to the cause. This year we collected close to 4,000 toys, but I heard there are people who are collecting 170,000 toys. Yes,
No kidding. Wow.
and I'm like, how they hit this? The guy was telling the story. He went to Hasbro about who we are, and that we are supported by the Marine Corps Reserve. We're supported by the MCL, and all these toys are to be given to families in need. So, Toys for Tots has always been a big deal for me because I did it while I was in the reserves.
Yeah.
introduced to Toys for Tots as soon as I got to my first reserve station, and I was like, "Oh, I like this. Yeah, I like this."
So
And
you've been involved with Toys for Tots for years now.
since 1996.
96. No kidding. Wow.
Since 1996, I was in.
And I'll tell you a quick story real quick. I apologize, but when I lived in California, my wife worked for an adoption agency. Well, technically, she still works for that adoption agency, but all of their families that were doing it was foster care and adoption. So all of their families that were doing foster care, uh, Toys for Tots provided toys and everything for those kids.
Awesome. And and for the viewers, if you're not really familiar with Toys for Tots, it was it was the Marine Corps Reserve created this program for families in need, and the rest of that history, you can really research that by looking up Toys for Tots. I think there's various websites for Toys for Tots, and you can find out how you can donate, or you can find out how you can get the support from the Toys for Tots by looking up Toys for Tots in your Google search. I've come to find out that Google can help you with anything.
Yeah, that's no lie.
If you don't know, Google knows. So,
Yeah.
you can look up Toys for Tots, but it's a great mission of the United States Marine Corps, Marine Corps Reserve, Marine Corps League. These toys are brand new. They're not used toys. We do not give out used toys. We give out toys.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Whenever they donate a toy, it has to be like brand new. It has to be in the box when you donate it.
Exactly. I myself this year took $100 and I went to Five and Below, and I bought $100 worth of Five and Below toys, and
nice.
I put it in the box that it was I put my boxes at doctors' offices and a local lounge area that had a lot of people coming in. They gave a lot of toys. I ended up emptying one box, coming back to them with a refresh box, because I said, you guys are on the roll. And the thing about it, they love doing this for us.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to local businesses and you say, hey, can you help us collect toys for the Toys for Tots? I have not yet come across a business say, oh no, we cannot do that.
Yeah.
I put out 8 boxes myself. 8 boxes I put out. I had 8 to monitor and grab toys, 8 places. And I post these pictures on my personal page as well as my detachment page, showing we're collecting toys. My whole truck toys. I have a red truck, F-150 Ford, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Inside was full with toys, and my cab, the truck space was full with toys.
Wow.
Stuff like that. And we also had collected coats. This company called us up. Hey, we got some coats for you. So we donated the coats.
That's good. Because, a lot of times, especially, those that are in need of toys are usually in need of other things as well. That's a good idea.
So we are partnered with the American Legion, who asked to help us.
Mm-hmm.
American Legion 298 asked to help us, and they helped us gather toys. We actually had a Toys for Tots celebration where people were coming to bring a toy. You come in, bring a toy, you put it in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And you go sit and get food. Because we had the fish fry and the chicken wings and all that stuff. How you eat and celebrate what we're doing. And we made it a ununiform event, like getting that to come in. You can come in, relax. Most people came in wearing Marine Corps attire, but nothing because drinking was involved, and we can't post those pictures. So
yeah, makes sense.
We can get these toys, and then we can celebrate at a detachment meeting and show what the toys that we collected, and that's what we elected to do. So our detachment is big on collecting those toys. Our detachment is also big in getting involved in the community. Like we go to, like right now we're scheduled for the Juneteenth parade.
Okay.
To Saturday, we will be at the Vietnam Memorial Service.
Mm-hmm.
We also get involved down at the Penn's Landing area every year when they do the salute to all the war veterans. It's a Philadelphia War Memorial area down
Oh, okay.
Penn's Landing, Delaware Avenue. Anybody that's ever been down there, they know what I'm talking about. If you don't, Delaware Avenue is a big little stretch for the military stuff. Like the Navy Yard is there and so on. So
yeah,
these are the things that our detachment get involved with, like the chapel for chapel ceremonies and stuff like that. We
okay.
do a whole lot of, we do ceremonial guard for our fallen who's left us, but then they're in the graces of the Lord now. So we make sure we get involved with that. PR wise,
Hey, real quick, I want to hit that up real quick with the honor guards. And very important in my opinion. But every service member it might be honorable discharge, or I can't remember exactly what it is. Rates some type of honor guard. Is that correct?
Well, this is what you must do if you want those type of benefits for as a death burial. We have one at our VA hospital down in Philly. You go, it's a little office, so you go to the offices. I forgot the name of the office, but you find out about getting a ceremonial burial.
Yeah.
Everybody who's connected, service connected, rates that. I also believe what you're saying is true too. If you've served, you must go apply for it so you can have that. So it's not like you can die and your spouse go just ask for it. It's something that you have to have already set in place. So go to your local VA hospital, and they should have that office. Now, if you in Philadelphia, that office is on the first floor. I pass that office every time because it's near my clinic. I'm on, my primary doctor's office. It's right there. So you talk to this guy, and he's always there. And his name was Howard, by the way. And he can tell you all the information that you need to know if you want that type of burial. And I think every veteran deserves it. But in essence, everybody don't take advantage of it.
Yeah. For those that aren't in like a big city and stuff like that, I know the VA, the website there, you can go to that and just search funeral. If I'm not mistaken, something like that. But they have a website that you can go to find out all the different ins and outs, who to go to and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm actually glad you said that, AJ, because the bottom line is this. I found out a lot, and I'm so glad you brought that up because it just hit a light bulb in my head to make sure I say this. Join My Healthy Vet.
Yeah.
You are a veteran. Join My Healthy Vet. You can apply for service connection on there and so on. If you have a problem, they do have a technical support number, and you can call it, and you don't get the automation. You get a real live.
Oh. Now that's the way to go. Man, I'm so sick of automation and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, the way I went about getting my service connection, I went through a VSO called Wounded Warrior Program.
Mm-hmm.
So you can learn all of this stuff. I tell every veteran, look, get connected to a VSO.
Mm-hmm.
Marine Corps League, join American Legion, join something.
So and there's plenty of them out there.
So you can know what's going on in the veteran community. If you serve, you automatically a part of the veteran community, whether you want to be or not.
Yeah. And it's so easy to join those organizations, but there's an organization for everything. Like you said, VFW, for Veterans of Foreign War. There's the Purple Heart one. I cannot remember the name of it. The Organization of the Purple Heart or something like that.
They got the bikers. They got VSO bikers. We have them in Philly. They have big, huge motorcycle VSO. and they ride around with their motorcycles. They have their leather vests on. They so encouraging. I bought me a leather vest. I don't ride a bike, but I like how they look.
Love it. Now you needs the bike.
I don't know if I get one of those, but they look so nice. I was like, I like that. I like that look. So I don't know how much Marine Corps gear I have, but I do. One thing I can always say that I'm happy to hear out of people's mouths when I go anywhere is, and I done got spoiled with it, is thank you for your service. Coffee's on me. Thank you for your service. Beer's on me. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, I got spoiled with that. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even say I'm not cheesy about it because I do. I put my Marine Corps stuff all over my truck.
Hey,
So when I
you gotta be proud. You gotta be proud of it.
put my chest out even more, yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
so I definitely am a walking promotion for the MCL because I'm always wearing something Marines. As you can see now, I got tons of
Yeah.
every convention or conference I go to, I end up spending money.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's the way it works. Well, at least that's the way it works for me too. I don't.
Military order double dog stuff all the time,
Yeah.
and I get stuck. I get now my ribbons are getting higher. Yeah, and this is a fascinating thing about being in the Marine Corps League.
Yeah.
My Marine Corps League medals now almost doubles my actual Marine Corps DOT medals. I'm like, see,
Really?
yeah, I gotta stop ribbons, man. I think I ended up with maybe like 7 official ribbons coming out of off of active duty Marines, the Air Force office. I think I ended up with nice little 7. Some of like it's good conduct and you know
Yeah.
service award, thank you, and NAM award and stuff like that. But the awarding, if that's appropriate to say, the awards that comes out of MCL is just beautiful because you still,
Nice.
but they acknowledge what you do and they show you that they're appreciative.
Yeah. 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 And which is important, and I thought, I did 25 years and I thought that showing your appreciation to those that work within a unit and are doing a good job, they need to be told that because so many times, especially in the Marine Corps, and you can vouch for this, but so many times there's not really a hey, thanks for what you did. It's a hey, hurry up and do this, hurry up and do this. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And you don't really take the time to sit there and say, hey, thanks for doing that. That was really good. I appreciate it. And it's important.
Or like I agree with that. Or observing that individual or group of people uh, in front of everyone. Let
Yes.
everybody this is what your hard work and this is what your commitment warrants us to praise you and give you a standing ovation for
Mm-hmm.
continuing your service. I remember I was shocked. 2 years ago, I received the Citizen Silver Award
Okay.
for Marine Corps League. I was happy to get that, because
Yeah.
the line is that's one of the highest awards you can get for your volunteer service.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A lot. Because I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy that I found a group of guys who are Marines, and so we got associates who are Army members, and we have a beautiful auxiliary. And
Yes.
just to know this stuff exists. I mean, when I learned about the Marine Corps League, it was a happy place for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because now with people, like I can tell these stories too, and it don't sound bizarre.
It's true. As bad as that sounds, that is very true. Yeah.
Because a lot of time, uh, when you tell your stories or try to tell a story to a civilian, they don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. And they're like, "Oh yeah,
It's
how
true.
was your veteran life now? We're not all of us was in the military. I get it, because
Yeah.
right now I still get up. I mean, early. I'm up early. I can't help
Yeah.
it. I've been that way for a long time now.
Yeah.
My
It's
friend
it's
goes,
it. it's definitely something that is important to talk about, is that camaraderie that does get lost, right? When you leave active duty and you're out on your own, you do lose that. And if you're not actively seeking an organization like the Marine Corps League, the VFW, those types of things, if you're not trying to get involved in stuff like that, you don't have that camaraderie, that core of individuals that you went to every day, and you were able to bitch, moan, and complain or whatever. You don't have that anymore. But I think with the Marine Corps League, you do.
Right, and you still gain that certain pride that you had when you was probably 18, 19 years joining in.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're 19 years old and somebody tells you can run through a brick wall, hoorah, you feel invincible. Now that you're 50-some years old, you knew that was a lie, but you still feel good about it. You know, motivated. Highly motivated. Truly dedicated.
Still going to try to run through it, though.
I know, right? I can do it at this age. I know I
can. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. Well, dang, man, it's been great talking to you, man. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, one thing I would like to say to to prospective people, Marines, FMM corpsmen, uh, Army, Navy, Air Force, whatever branch you were serving in, if you're looking for a true VSO to belong to, I'll suggest you join the MCL. We have a lot of good information to share. Once you come to these conventions or conferences, you'll be so amazed at the stuff that you can learn about. I learned about the 3M hearing. I wear hearing aids. I learned about the 3M hearing case by going while I was in the Marine Corps League.
Yeah.
Also, 3 years ago, when the water situation down there in North Carolina was lawsuit for that, they made sure they came to your detachment department meeting. They came to explain to you how to get the best out of that situation. We got to look for you. We can see how much you're entitled to. We're going to help you.
Yeah.
You're not getting this just sitting at home.
True.
It's a whole lot of information out for veterans. Give you a good one. This is one that I like to share too. If you are in the market of buying a home, right? Veteran home loans, please. They are wanting to just help veterans buy homes. They do all the work for you. So if you don't have your DD 214, they'll help you get that and retrieve it. They'll help you get the Montgomery GIBL card. Is a card that is given to you. You can order it yourself, but they get it faster. I don't know. The mortgage company get it faster. So they'll get that. They basically grabbing you by the hand and taking you and say, hey, listen, you done worked hard enough for the country. So let us take the stress off all this paperwork that that you was used to signing while you was in the service, and sitting there 2-3 hours still signing your name off.
No lie there.
It takes the stress off of that. And I will tell anybody, let me make this official by giving you the accurate name, and it is Veterans United Home Loans. Veteran United did the greatest service for me, and they will find everything they possibly can to make your mortgage experience an experience that you'll never forget, that you will love.
Absolutely, man. That's a good word.
So basically, I become like not like an ambassador for them, but I do promote them for the help they did for me.
Well, yeah, you might as well. I mean, they helped you. You might as well help them,
Right. And give that service to people who need it. As well.
Absolutely.
There's a local career link in your area, which it should be, but Career Link has a veteran department. And that veteran department, you don't wait in line with everybody else. You sign up a veteran. The career link personnel will tell you to sit down, and a VSO person, a veteran service person, who's with career link, will come out and help you. They'll help you with education, and help you with employment.
Very nice.
Definitely do this, and I promote this to veterans that are new out of the service. Like I had a young guy. He's very young. He was in his 20s and he was riding a motorcycle, and he had a Marine patch on his the side of his motorcycle, whatever they call that.
Yeah.
Gas tank thingy. I don't know. And
the tank bags or something.
He came in the Wawa, and I said, "Hey, you a Marine?" And he said, "Hell yeah, I'm a Marine." I said, "I am too." Got to shaking his hand. We got to talk about the years, and he was like, "Yeah, I just got out. I think the year was like 2017 at that time." I was like, "Wow, it just got out." And I was telling him all about the VSOs, and he's like, "Nobody ever said anything like this to me upon leaving."
Yeah.
Well, you don't know what happened to you while you was in there. You should go to the VA, try to get service connected. Then you become a part of a VSO. You learn more and more and more and more. Then you bring in people that help them do more and more. This is how we make our community bigger. Because believe it or not, and I'll close with this: we are part of the biggest community in the United States. The veteran community hosts all communities.
Yeah.
Whatever type of group that's in America, you better believe it. You can find it in the veteran community. Yeah, I've seen veterans who have the gothic look. You know, they had the big things in their ears, but they were veterans. They served in the army. Imagine that. And I've met people of the LGBT community. They were in the minorities of all types: Puerto Ricans, blacks, Asians.
Yeah.
All in the military. All these separate groups that are groups outside of our community are groups within our community. And so no one's left out. You're a veteran.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter your race if you're a veteran. It doesn't matter your gender, your sexuality. If you're a veteran, you're a veteran. So
absolutely,
things that veterans need to know. Believe it or not, AJ, not everybody feels the camaraderie coming out. And I'm sad because you served. You made a sacrifice. Something.
Absolutely, man. You know, I got a nephew that he's a Marine as well. And he lives here with me, here close to me. And I've been talking to the Marine Corps League stuff for forever. And I mentioned to him the other day, I was like, "Man, you joined the Marine Corps League yet?" He's like, "What's the Marine Corps League?" And I'm like, "Man, let me tell you. Let me talk to you."
I do the same thing, especially your younger guys.
Yeah.
Because how it is, or younger people. I shouldn't just say guys. Younger everybody. I even talked to I talked to a Navy person that was a female, and I asked her, "Are you interested in joining?"
Yeah.
And I'll get back with you on that. And I said, "Hey, everything that you've done is entitled to be shown in our detachment. We will praise you. We still will help you continue to service at a lighter job. No, you're not being told what to do. No, this is not boot camp. No, you're not regimented. No, you are a military volunteer.
Yeah.
The dues are small. It's $35 a year. But yet and still, if you whatever you do for us, you will get praise for it. Like I said, I'm almost looking like Chesty with all these ribbons now. And when you come to the conferences and the conventions, you'll see how proud we are as we walk around in our uniform still, and we're boom. Now, some of us need to learn to wear the uniform right.
Hey, that happened on active duty too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm guilty because let me tell you something. I'm telling myself, I had one of my ribbons backwards. I didn't know the membership ribbon. The blue should be facing the other way. I didn't know.
Yeah,
but I do. But that's the fun part. To me, that's the fun part. The fun part is I can still learn how to do it right. I can still learn how to be squared away.
Yeah.
And at least somebody cares enough to tell me. That's still camaraderie. That's still that brotherhood. Because I am my brother's keeper. When I was in the Marine Corps, and you was in my squad, before you were evaluated, I evaluated your uniform. I made sure you were squared away. So now, as a PR chair, I'm going to help every detachment before I post your picture, making sure that you're squared away. Because we need to know what your detachment is doing in your backyard. It's not a secret. You're
Yep.
you're you're part of the MCL. We're going to share that news, and I want everybody to know, all the viewers who are watching this, there's no different in news when it comes to detachment, department, and nationals. What you do in New York should be seen all the way in California if you're doing the right thing with your detachment. What your
Yeah.
department is doing in Georgia should be seen in Texas, especially if your department is doing the right thing and the mission is being executed and the community you are living in is happy. Because you
Yeah.
never know, your story is going to motivate and encourage another department or another detachment to catch on and do that. We've done that. We've watched
Mm-hmm.
detachments and we say, hey, detachment so and so is doing a raffle on this. We never thought about doing a raffle on that. Let's do it. Oh, this detachment is doing a golf thing. We don't golf, but oh, that's a good idea. What is this community? Oh, they play pool. Let's put a pool tournament together.
Yeah.
So we can say, hey, we're taking some of the proceeds and giving it to this organization, and the rest we're using it for the mission of the Marine Corps League.
Right.
That's one of the hardest things that people feel like. They feel like we if you put your detachment or your department on a national page, we're gonna be telling you what to do with your page. That's not true.
Yeah.
We're not here to tell you what to do with your page. We're here to share what you're doing off of
Absolutely.
your page.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now,
Yeah, I like that.
podcast is important because this reach a lot of people who don't know nothing about the Marine Corps League, how
Yeah.
diverse we are, how we are to be congratulated for our Toys for Tots program, our Young Marines program, our modern day Marines, our all of our programs. If I can't,
Mm-hmm.
you can go to the website mclleague.org and you can see for yourself what our mission is and what we're doing to make sure the mission is accomplished. But
Absolutely.
on our Facebook, our Instagrams, on our LinkedIn, now we have a TikTok and our YouTube. Please turn into these things. All right. You can find us on Facebook, Marine Corps League Nationals. Boom. Instagram the same way. There's only going to be one Nationals, Marine Corps League. So we're not going to be missed. You're going to find us. And when you do, please let us know how you feel. Send us a message. We will respond. Give us 24 to 48 hours. We're going to respond to your message. We're also going to promote your detachment. We're also going to promote your department. But we just ask that you give us something to promote. You got to be doing the mission and you got to wear the uniforms correctly. And everybody should understand, like, we're not here to tell you how to run your detachment or run your page. We're here to share what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that being said, hoorah. Thanks for having me, AJ. I love that. I
Shoot,
love it.
man. It's been good. I'm excited to have officially met you, although we haven't met in person yet, which is going to happen. But I'm excited that I met you. I love what you're doing with the Marine Corps League. Especially just being able to promote them and things like that. I want to be able to help in any way that I can on my end. So tag me, and I will tag you guys, and we will push it all together. And we were talking earlier. I do veteran stories Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if there are veterans out there that you want to tell your story, and I think every single veteran should tell their story. It's important, whether you did 2 years, whether you did 30 years, it doesn't matter. Tell
Hoorah.
your story. tell a story. But veteran organizations, veteran businesses, if you've written a book, if you've done anything like that, I can also highlight that on the podcast as well. And of course, I'm here for the Marine Corps League, and I think we're going to do some good stuff in the near future.
I believe so too, man. Simplify and hoorah. That was all.
Awesome. John, thanks for coming on, man. It was great talking to you. It was great doing this. Yeah, but don't hang up on me. I'm gonna do my outro real quick. All right, to all the listeners out there, if you are struggling, anything like that, and you need some help, don't forget the VA does have some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on the chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life loss is one too many. I care about you. I know John cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you serve with. Ask them how they're doing. And if they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, John, you're the man. Thanks. I appreciate it. To all the listeners, stay motivated, change your socks.